Hey guys, okay, so I just want to get right into it. If you remember a few videos back, I asked a question on how to prevent loose skin. I got a whole bunch of answers, did a whole bunch of research. Well, I don't like the answers. I am telling you that this is my worst nightmare. This is my worst nightmare. The things that you have to do to prevent loose skin if you are trying to lose 50 to 100 pounds, it is my worst nightmare. I'm gonna share with you what I found. And out of this whole list of things that we should do to prevent loose skin, 2 of them I think are a nightmare. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first place I went to, of course, is Dr. Ken. I went to Dr. Ken and I found a video on loose skin. He was explaining how our skin basically becomes new every 3 months. That means every 3 months, we get new skin, we get better collagen, we get new collagen, our elastic fibers bounce back a whole lot better, and the quality of that new skin is based on what you eat, okay? And he even said that taking collagen powder to help the process is totally okay, and he totally recommended it. Another thing that he says contributes to loose skin when you're losing weight is having an insulin resistance problem. He said that fixing your insulin resistant issue is absolutely helpful to preventing loose skin when you lose a lot of weight. He said that it is insulin that actually creates new elastins, which we need for our skin to bounce back when it's stretched. And he also said that the best way to fix your insulin resistance is with diet and exercise and intermittent fasting. Okay, intermittent fasting. There was a really interesting comment by Jade Wise Keeter. Jade Wise Keeter. She is here in our group, and she shared in the comments that she has a whole process of trying to reduce her loose skin. One of the things that she says that she does is she goes into the sun, bathes without sunscreen. She's big on exfoliating in the shower to rub off all that dead skin. Then she also wears supportive clothing to hold her in snug to try to minimize gravity pulling her skin down. I thought that is a real plan for preventing loose skin. And so I really love, Jade, that you shared that with us. Okay, and for the last 2 things that I found that I just feel is a nightmare for me personally, maybe not for you, but for me personally, here are the last 2 things. So when I started carnivore diet, I just assumed that we would just diet and that all the weight would fall off and that we would just be skinny. And then it wasn't until after that that I learned about the healing component of the carnivore diet. And I got excited about that. But never did I ever think, or did anybody tell me, that exercise would be a big part of the carnivore diet. Dr. Eric Berg says HIIT training, which I find is the toughest kind of training that there is. HIIT training, HIIT, high intensity training, no, HIIT, high intensity interval training, is the best kind of training that there is to help us prevent loose skin. He says that HIIT training specifically stimulates growth hormones that help with loose skin. He says in order to try to deter loose skin, you need growth hormones. And HIIT training is the best way to stimulate growth hormones. It stimulates growth hormones into action, and that helps prevent loose skin. But he also made it a point to mention that you cannot build growth porno. I hope you're not trying to build growth porno. Let me try that again. He also made it a point to mention that there is no amount of HIIT training that is going to help you build growth hormones if you don't get enough sleep. You need enough sleep in order to build growth hormones. So there you have that. The last thing that Dr. Ken said that is just I really thought I was going to get through carnivore diet without doing this. Fasting. Fasting. He says fasting is the best way because it engages autophagy. Autophagy is your body basically eating itself. Eating the loose skin, eating the dead skin, eating it and making it all go away. Fasting, he says, is the best way to prevent loose skin. Not just fasting, but 16 hours of fasting. 16 hours of fasting or more to trigger autophagy, okay? Nightmare, my other nightmare, because I didn't think that I was starting the carnivore diet to stop eating for a whole bunch of hours a day. I hear you guys talking about fasting. I really thought I would have no part of it because I like to eat, and now I have to work out and I have to stop eating for a whole bunch of hours in the day to prevent loose skin. This is work. So I am here to declare to you that the first thing I'm going to implement into my routine is working out, because I love to eat too much. I'll eventually get to fasting, but on Tuesday, I am going to come up with a workout routine and I am going to share it with you guys. And if you guys would like to join me, please let me know. Tell me what you guys think. Has any of this worked for you guys and loose skin? I want to know. Let's meet at the comments. I'll see you on the inside.